Hello everybody, my name is Dusty and welcome to my channel. Today we are going back to Barbs Buzzin.
All around me are familiar.
We're going back to Barbs Buzzin because somebody had commented on my most recent video that Barbs Buzzin got an African clawed frog, and it is a terrifying thought to think about. Let's try to stay calm, cool, and collective while I'm watching this video, but there's no guarantee. So let's just jump right into it. Let's just definitely jump into this video. It's called Albino Creature Invades My Guppy Tank. Now, just from what I know, I can tell you this albino African clawed frog is going to eat every single one of his guppies, and it's not going to have a single qualm about it. So I'm pretty nervous about what's going to happen in this video.
We are gonna get some albino clawed frogs.
Guys, these things are sick.
He's trying to get out again, dude! He's trying to get out! I'm ready,
What is going on, guys? I'm gonna make this really quick because me and Jack saw something really cool at the store the other day, and we haven't never seen it.
I just realized that my screen is just a tad bit too big.
We've never seen something like this before. I mean, we've seen them, but we haven't seen this type before. And we thought they were really cool, and we got something to put in our tank. So we're just hop right into it. If you're new here, make sure to subscribe, turn that post notification bell on so you never miss an awesome video, because we do crazy stuff like this all the time. And let's hop right into the video.
Him saying we do crazy stuff like this all the time, I don't think is proving a point that they know what they're doing. I think that's even more terrifying that he's saying that they go out and buy animals they know nothing about all the time.
They look awesome in the tank, so let's hop right into it.
Jimbo, everyone's saying that we need to say hi to you, buddy. How are you, man? It's been a while. He's looking good. Alright, you guys, a lot of you have been asking what is up with the guppy tank. The guppy tank is doing just fine. We don't really go in that room all too much because it's in my sister's room and nobody's in there. My sister does not live at the house anymore, and we're just never really in there. I just go in there, I feed them, I top off their tank once a week, and I leave it. So, but now we're gonna spice it up a little bit. We are gonna get some albino clawed frogs right here. $6 for one, and we might get two. We might put one in the guppy tank, and we might put one in one of the little beta tanks, because these guys don't really need a big tank whatsoever.
These guys don't need a... What? They just said that these guys don't need a big tank whatsoever. These guys need 10 gallons for the first one, 10 gallons for the second one, 10 gallons for the third one, respectively, of course. I have 3 in a 40-gallon tank. These guys get the size of their fist. I don't think these guys know what they're getting into. I think these guys think they're getting African dwarf frogs. If you don't know the difference between African dwarf frogs and African clawed frogs, you can check out my video about the differences between the two, which I'll link in the description down below. But I think they think they're getting the wrong frog.
However, look what they're living in right now, and there's 4 of them in there.
Their justification for look at what they're living in right now, there's 4 of them in there, is not a good justification. Having worked at a pet store, you overstock the fish tanks because they're only in there for a temporary amount of time before they get moved on to somewhere else. I don't know what they're thinking at all.
But these guys are really cool. They're just hopping around. I gotta get some more information on them as to what they eat or just the temperature that they need. But those things are really cool. We're gonna get some of them. We're gonna go home, and I'm just gonna catch you guys up on a lot of what's going on at the house as far as the tank room and what's to come.
Oh, I want that. That's cool.
Alright, where's the other dude?
Alright, guys, we got our frogs. Look.
They're monetized. I like that little scooper thing they had. I want one.
Sick they look in here. I'm sorry, those are dope. Look at that. Look at that guy. How's your arm doing?
It's not good, bro.
Dude, these things are dope. Hopping around in the bag, they're gonna look sick in here. So we're gonna put one in here, and then I know you guys want an update on the guppy tank, so we're going upstairs and put another one.
No. They're gonna put this frog in their beta tank, and it's gonna eat their beta fish and outgrow that beta tank. When I first got my first African clawed frog, it was from a friend who had gotten it, and she had thought it was an African dwarf frog. and she put it in her tank. It was smaller than these guys, and it devoured every single guppy in their tank. I don't think they know that that's what's going to happen. These guys are carnivores. They eat everything in sight. They will destroy your tank and kill your betta fish without a single whim about it. These guys don't know what they're doing, and this is just going to break everybody's heart once they find out that these guys don't know what they're doing. I guess it's not really a secret anymore, because they just bought an African clawed frog. Look at my African clawed frog tank back there. It's in a 40-gallon tank, right? Of course, it's only half full, but that's because they jump. But you don't put them in a 2.5-gallon tank with another fish and be like, oh, it's going to be okay.
In there, because you guys, I see a million comments asking for the guppy tank. We know, we're going to show you guys in a second, but
you're not going to have a guppy tank anymore.
We're going to put one in here. He's going to pop really good with the sand. So we're going to acclimate these guys. Of course.
These guys also shouldn't be on gravel or sand, because when they swim around, they take their hands and push stuff into their mouth to eat. And if they push the sand or the gravel in with their mouth, into their mouth, they're not going to be able to digest it, and they'll die from impaction.
In the bucket, though.
In the bucket, and then we're going to put him in. Amazing tank with his new buddy. All right, you're going to have a little buddy in there. They're going to be sick. Let's get these things acclimated. Guys, look how you can see through their skin. Like, isn't that crazy?
The light's right on the front.
Is it? These things are crazy, dude.
I'm trying to get in here.
I'm trying to block it.
There we go. Wait, what?
They're not going to look like that for long.
Dude, get it.
Oh, yeah.
Dude.
I'm going to pop a picture here now of what an albino African clawed frog is going to look like when they're older. I don't think these guys did their proper research, or they didn't get the proper information from the store. My best guess is they're going to say that they're going to feed them these little tiny pellets, and that's what they can live off of, and that's not what they live off of.
Look at that.
Look at those like veins on his legs. They're like red.
That thing is actually wild. Albino clawed frog.
Albino what?
Albino clawed frog. These guys are done acclimating. We drip acclimated them for probably 15 minutes. And now
you don't have to drip acclimate them. You can just put their bag in the water and let it float for 10 minutes and then put them in there. And that's if you want to acclimate them. I know a lot of people that don't acclimate them. I prefer to acclimate them just to be on the safe side, but you don't have to drip acclimate them. That's pointless.
Now we're going to take these guys and we're going to put one of them in this tank right here to go with this this betta fish right here. He's chilling right there. He's
not gonna have a
healthy as can be. Look at this little guy. He's beautiful. We're gonna put this albino clawed frog in there with him right now.
Those are sick, dude. I'm grabbing this frog right now. We're gonna put him in.
Which one are you grabbing?
The big one.
The big guy?
Grab them with,
guy.
The thing is, if you're gonna grab a frog with your hands, you have to get your hands wet first, because you have oils on your hands that can get into the frog's skin and kill them, or at least agitate them really badly. So if you're gonna pick up an African clawed frog, or any frog in general, wear gloves or wet down your hands really good, maybe in water, and then pick them up and move them. But to be completely honest, it's probably going to be best for these guys if they have a net. I move mine with a net. That way I don't risk touching them.
Best flower horn on earth.
He's so cool. Dude,
don't let him jump out of your hand.
Dude, he's not. Don't worry about it.
You get him?
Yes, he will.
I'm about to.
Oh my god, he's skirting.
He's freaking fast, dude.
You got him.
Dude, he's so big. He's so big.
He's literally jumping right on your hand.
Look, no! No, dude.
This is not gonna end well.
This thing is so cool. I'm sorry.
We'll get back to you when we get this thing out. All right, Chris has him. Don't let him jump out. You got him?
I got him. Dude, oh, he's coming out. No, he came out, dude.
Quick question though. If they're going to drip acclimate them, right? They drip acclimated them both in the same bucket, so that means that they only drip acclimated them to one temperature of one tank. So when they put them into that tank with the betta fish, the one that they picked up is going to be acclimated properly. When they put the other one in with the guppies, it's not. So what was the point of drip acclimating them?
Did you get his ass? Okay.
He's trying to get out again, dude. He's trying to get out.
Is he jumping?
He's finding every hole. He's finding a hole. He's finding a hole.
All right, get him over here. Put him in. Put him in. Put him
Ready?
in.
Here he goes. Here he goes.
Of course.
Guys, here
I'm ready. I'm ready. I'll get the under shot. Oh, where'd he go?
Turn him on the rock.
No, I missed him.
Dude, what the heck?
I only got a split second of him.
He's over here on the left.
Oh yeah, there he is. Hey. I think we name him Dirty the frog, right? Come on. You guys can see him right back there in the corner, just sitting there. Yeah, he's hopping around, but he's got a huge tank in here compared to what he was.
No, no. Okay, guys, I'm gonna show you right now what a full-grown female African clawed frog looks like and what size she gets to. Usually they get to about the size of your fist, and that's a female. The males get a little bit smaller, and I'll show you one of those as well. But these guys are not something you should be messing around with if you don't know them. A lot of times people abuse them on accident because I think they're a wrong type of frog. I think these guys think they're African dwarf frogs, even though they were told they're African clawed frogs. There is a distinct difference. One gets really big, one does not, and I think they've mixed them up, and it's going to be a very fatal mistake for all of their fish that they mix them up. And I think if there's one person on this platform that can really speak for that, it's me, because I've been making a lot of African clawed frog educational videos, because this kind of thing happens all of the time. Respect the frog.
Living in at Barrier. So this betta fish right here has a new friend, and I'm gonna go ahead and name him Dirty the Frog because he's a little dirty. And now let's go put this other frog upstairs. Here is the guppy tank that we've had for the longest time.
The other thing here is this guppy tank does not have a lid, and the water line is really high. This frog is going to jump out.
Look at all the babies. I don't know if you guys remember when we had the little cage that was sitting right back there. They were...
And they're not going to have babies anymore because these frogs are going to eat everything.
Microscopic, and now they're actually pretty big, and there's a lot of them.
They're starting to get color too.
Yeah, a lot of them are starting to get color. Yeah, this guy right here, he's got a little bit of yellow on him. Some of them have a little bit of a red or orange tail. And we have the Mooey. That was the female beta that we bred right there. And we took her out of her tank just because we needed to start to get rid of a lot of tanks because we had so many of them. So we put her in here, and she's doing so well. She's been in here for probably a few weeks now, and she's doing really well.
Look at her. She wants to eat all the time, dude. Look at her trying to eat my finger. She's thriving in here.
Yeah, she's doing really well. And we still have those neon tetras. We have an albino.
That's not a neon tetra. That's a cardinal tetra. Those are cardinal tetras, not neon tetras. These guys honestly don't know anything of what they're doing. These are cardinals, not neons.
Have those neon tetras. We have an albino pleco there, and we have another albino pleco in here somewhere.
And our shrimp are doing great.
Oh yeah, we have the shrimp. Oh yeah,
the shrimp are gonna be gone. Your plecos are gonna get hurt. Your beta's gonna get hurt. Your guppies are gonna get eaten. This is not a good situation for this frog to be in, because then they're going to blame the frog for everything when it's not the frog's fault.
Right there.
They're thriving.
Yeah, right here. There's a shrimp sitting on that little leaf. He's still chilling there, and I do not know where these snails came from. I swear they just evolved. Look at how many snails they are. There are so many snails all along the surface of this tank. But we're gonna go ahead and put this frog in right here.
Our newest addition.
Newest addition. You guys can go ahead and name this one. Name this frog down below.
I got the frog. I got the frog.
All right, you got the frog?
Yes, sir.
All right, he's got the frog.
Got the frog.
Put him in, baby.
It's gonna be a good video to see him swimming out.
Yeah, yeah. Here we go. Go, Froggy. Go, Froggy. Whee! Oh my God, he's fast!
Fast, dude.
He's so fast.
Yeah,
look at him.
In front of the tank. The thing is sick.
He's really cool. Blends in with the rocks, so pretty good though. But this guy's gonna do so well in here. This is a 20-gallon tank. He's gonna have all this to move around in, and I'm pretty sure once he warms up, he's gonna be flopping all around, jumping all around as soon as we walk up the tank. So let's feed this tank right now, just so you guys.
Okay, I'm gonna fast forward, because I'm pretty sure it's just them talking about stuff that I really don't care about. Alright, let's break this down. Alright guys, to summarize what we just watched, they got a African clawed frog, put it in a tank with no lid on it, one, and with a lot of food that it's really going to enjoy the next couple of weeks. They obviously mixed up the frogs. They don't know what they have. These frogs are going to get huge, and they have no idea that's going to happen. As somebody who's kept African clawed frogs now for years, I think it's okay for me to say that these guys just are insane. They have no idea what they're doing. The completely wrong enclosures for them, wrong tanks, wrong tank mates, everything you can possibly imagine is wrong in this scenario, and they're going to experience a detrimental loss in their fish, and then they're going to blame the frogs for it, or the guy who sold it to them. I already commented on their video and let them know that these frogs are going to get huge and they require a lot more space, so I hope they take my advice and rehouse them, or give them away, give them to somebody who knows what they're doing, or take them back to the store. Them saying that that tank that they were in when they got them means that they can live in a smaller aquarium is false. That's not what happens. If you go to Petco or PetSmart and you see koi, they're selling koi. They're only selling them in 100-gallon tanks. That doesn't mean they can live out their lives in 100-gallon tanks. No, they need bigger enclosures, bigger tanks than what they're provided, and I don't think these guys know that. If you are a fan of Barbs Buzzin and you found this video because you are interested in African clawed frogs, make sure you check out my plethora of stuff on African clawed frogs, because I think that will give you more accurate information about how they should be properly housed and maintained than the video that you just saw. So, with that being said, I hope you all have a fantastic day, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.